Hi there, this is Tim with an Elite Dangerous video, and in this video I'm looking at Gamma 1.0, which was released today. As you can see on first login, you are basically asked to create a new player, which is obviously I normally play under my own name, so I'm just going to press OK. And then here you have your start status. Now, I probably have a lot more options here than many regular players, and certainly anybody who wasn't involved in the Kickstarter. So what I'm going to do is I'm kind of going to go through these. I'm going to start each one, and then basically you can see whereabouts it actually starts me with the game. And although the systems are supposed to be random, you can kind of get a vague idea of how far out from, like, Sol, for example, you're going to be when you start a game with that profile. Basically, I have a new commander option here with a stock Sidewinder and a random federal system and 100 credits. And then I have same settings but with 500 credits. So those are obviously pretty similar. And then down here I have 4,000 credits with a stock Sidewinder and the Pilots Federation Founders System. So that's just available to Kickstarter backers. So let's have a look at the first Sidewinder profile first. Just going to start and solo. Okay, and here we are. We're in somewhere called Threvithick Dock. Now, let's look at the galaxy map to see whereabouts we actually are. Wow, okay, so we're actually pretty close to Akanar, which is a... oh no, we're not, sorry. Very, very far away from Akanar, really. But let's have a look at the where Sol is. So about 71 light years away with my starting position here. And obviously it's just no way near where I've been able to start before. And something that you'll immediately notice on this map now is that there is no kind of pill-shaped limit to your gameplay. As of Gamma 1.0, the whole galaxy is yours. You can go anywhere in the galaxy now. And okay, there we go. So this is where the first profile takes me. Let's go back to the main menu and options, clear save, yes, okay, and then I'm just going to go back into the game and select the next one. And remember, this is random federal system again, and the only difference being 500 credits instead of 100. Okay, here we go, and I'm in somewhere called Solo-Yov Orbital. I'm going to check this out on the galaxy map and look for Sol again. Whoops. And there we go, 76 light years out. So there definitely seems to be a kind of 75-ish light years limit with those kind of new commander Sidewinder profiles. And going to clear my save again. Okay. Now, the next kind that I have, the Imperial Bounty Hunters. Basically, I have an Eagle long-range fighter with upgraded weapons, power distributor, shields, and armor. And I have two profiles for that. One is a Kickstarter special, one is normal. This one starts in an Imperial colony, and this one starts in the Federation Founder system again. This one starts with 1,000 credits, this one starts with 4,000. Let's see whereabouts the Imperial colony is as a description. Oh, that was quick. So I'm in Wendelin Station, and obviously it says Empire on that side menu there. Look at the galaxy map. Now in this one I'm actually going to show you where Sol is. Okay, so that's quite a distance there. But with this one I'm also going to show you where Akanar is in oops, forgot to get you the light years number. So I'm 106 light years from Earth, and 80 light years from Akanar, which obviously requires a permit to enter, the same as Sol actually does for people that aren't beta backers. If you're not going to buy the game now, then I think you would need a permit to actually get into the Sol system. But anyway, that's where it starts me as a kind of a Imperial colony. So if you ever hear Frontier describe that, that's maybe the area they're thinking of. So next, Federal Trader. Now I have two profiles of this too, one of them being the Kickstarter special, and it is a stock Cobra Mark III with cargo valued at 1,000 credits, and then I've been given 1,000 credits as well, and I'm at a federal border system. And with the Kickstarter special, same ship and cargo, location is the federal founders system, and balance credits 4,000 instead of 1,000. So let's have a look what Frontier describe as a federal border system first. Okay, and I'm in Linteris Enterprises, and going into the galaxy map and search for Sol. And 113 light years, so that's interesting. It seems like the same distance that would be kind of a fringe frontier, a fringe federal system, is the same distance as the Empire colony. So that's probably the distance that they're giving for those game profiles, is about 115, I think it was. So back to the main menu. And clear the save again. And I'm going to show you the founder system in a moment, but before that I'm going to look at this profile, which is as a pirate. And this package comes with a Cobra Mark III with upgraded weapons and a cargo scanner. They obviously have an error here where they say cargo scanner, which I'm sure they'll correct. It says location is a dangerous frontier anarchy system with a federal bounty already on your head. So basically, if you go into a federal system, someone could easily try to take advantage of your bounty. Police, for example, would be very, very likely to stop you. And you obviously just have 100 credits. Now, what do Frontier mean when they describe a dangerous frontier anarchy system? Let's go and find out. Okay, and here we are in Bellamy Dock, and as you can see in the corner there, it says that the system is an anarchy system. And let's look on the galaxy map here. Now remember, I actually have a wrong button. Remember, I actually have a federal bounty on my head, so hopefully I'm not too close to Sol or any federal system, because oh, it looks like I am. I'm only 63 light years away, so that's really not that far. And I'm probably very, very, very close to some federal systems. So that's quite surprising how close I am there. Anyway, that's that, and I'm pretty sure that this this system is obviously will be crawling with bad guys. Lots of interdictions probably by pirates. Oops, pressed the wrong button. Keep doing that. Options, clear save, yes. And in we go again. Now this one I have Independent Trader, which is a stock Cobra Mark III, and this is the Lave system, the Lave, however you pronounce it, system, which is an old favourite of mine. In Frontier Elite 2 this is pretty much always where I would start, and my first thing would be to sell the ship you were given to start with and to buy a Viper instead. Yeah, it's somewhere I have pretty fond memories of, and it's been interesting kind of seeing people complain on the forums about how much they are interdicted, when quite honestly in Frontier Elite 2, when you would start off in the Lave system and you'd make a run into somewhere like Reedquat, I'm not really sure how it's pronounced, or Leasty, or systems that are around here, you know, these systems were brutal, absolutely brutal, and you would literally be essentially interdicted in Frontier Elite 2 maybe 10 or 15 times for a simple kind of cargo run, a passenger run. And here you can see, you know, it's surrounded by the familiar systems. DSO, Reedquat is up here. That was a very, very dangerous place to visit. You know, you can see the government is anarchy, the allegiance is anarchy. You know, it's a pretty difficult system to actually start off in, I would think, but I might actually do it. So anyway, I'll show you how far away Sol is. Okay, and there again, you know, it seems to be that a lot of the systems are about the same distance apart. They're either 65, 75, or about 115 light years. I think Frontier are being pretty consistent in the distance that they are putting people away from Sol. Oops, I keep pressing the wrong menu options. And clear save, yes. Okay, so the last one that I have here Cobra Mark III with an upgraded frameshift drive, sensors, and a cloud scanner. And that puts me on the edge of explored space because this is an explorer profile. And I start with 3,000 credits. So let's see what Frontier mean when they say the edge of explored space, because I'm kind of suspecting it's going to be about 115 light years from Sol if it's going to match with the previous profiles. Now I'm in the Wizoff settlement and going to the galaxy map. Okay. And there you go, 119 light years from Sol. So even though I'm on the edge of explored space, I'm still about the same distance from Sol as some of the other profiles. They're being incredibly consistent in these profiles, which is quite nice, really. So let's show you some of these systems here that you might not have the profile for, depending on like how you backed the game or at what level. Some of you might not have like any of these options and just be forced kind of to start wherever Frontier decided. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you to the Founders World so that you can see that. What I'll do is okay, this is a good one. I'll just launch as a federal trader, and I'll be in a stock Cobra Mark III with some cargo, and I'll basically show you the Pilots Federation Founder system, because I don't actually know if people that weren't Kickstarter backers can even access it. So let's have a look at this place. So the station, straight away, it's called Jameson Memorial, which if you know the history of Elite, you'll know that the Jameson name is obviously very important. It was effectively the name that you were playing in the previous Elite games. And we'll just go into the system, the station menu here, and look at what this place has to offer. Obviously it does munitions, repairs, bulletin board, and fairly normal ones there. That's interesting. If you look over here at the name of this faction, it's called the Dark Wheel. There's actually a book called the Dark Wheel, and if you really want to know the backstory of this game, I mean, some of the books are good, some of them are terrible, and then others are between those. You know, a lot of them aren't towards the good side, but it's okay. It's still kind of information, and it's the lore of the game that you know, I kind of recommend that you read. Anyway, you've got contacts with local stuff and outfitting. Let's see what's actually available in this special system. So as you can see, it's got quite a plentiful stock of weapons there. Now what they said with this system is that it would be worth coming to it, but they didn't want to make it that it was any kind of real advantage, which it seems that way. There's a couple of things that are really nice to have here. But I don't think you would have too many problems if you looked in the right system finding some of this stuff. Yeah, it's all just kind of duplicates now. So yeah, that's a pretty good selection in the outfitting section there. Now, as far as shipyard, we have a Viper, Cobra Mark III, Sidewinder, Eagle, Asp, Orca. Now the Orca is new and costs about 50 million credits. And the Hauler, Lakon Type 9, Type 6, and the Viper again. So the Orca was a new ship, and in Gamma 1 they've also added a Python as well, which unfortunately isn't in this shipyard to show you, but it's apparently in the game now. And for those of us that actually backed out to the level where we got a free ship, we also have an Eagle parked somewhere. So it unfortunately doesn't show you the location, but it's maybe it's in the same place because it's saying to empty cargo hold. Okay, so it's probably in the same system here. I think they had some issues with that earlier, and then they released a server-side update. But those of us that get it, I mean, to be perfectly honest, the only thing that I would really do with that Eagle is sell it, and you've immediately got a 40,000 credit bonus, which is quite nice. But yeah, so there you go. I've already got a 44,000 credit bounty, and it did say about emptying my cargo hold, so I'll do that too. So there we go, I've got almost 50,000 credits, having just started the game with this profile, so that's why it pays to be an early backer of Elite Dangerous, I guess. Okay, so let's actually show you this system now, like I said I was going to. Go into the system map, and this is the Founder's World, and it's called Shinrata Desera, and it's got 2 stars, A and B. Founder's World here, it's an Earth-like world. Jameson Memorial is the station that I'm in that's orbiting it. I assume there might be something else there to be discovered, but possibly not. And let's see, I don't really see any other stations or anything like that, but there we go. It's probably pretty good mining territory right there too, because if you look on this side menu, you know, you can see all of these belt clusters. That's a lot of belt clusters, so there's probably some pretty good mining in this system. And like I said, I don't even know if non-Kickstarter backers can even access this system, but I guess if you search for Shinrata Desera on the galaxy map and try visiting it, you'll find out. So let's have a look around now. So apart from the kind of things that I've shown you so far, the only thing really that they've added in the Gamma that kind of makes a difference to me is that piracy might be kind of an option again, because they've made it so that cargo hatches now eject cargo properly when they've been made to malfunction. So if you interdict someone, tell them over chat or voice communications to drop their cargo, they decide not to, you can select their cargo hatch, attack it, make it malfunction, and then hopefully their cargo will spill out anyway. And basically that should make piracy viable, which for me as a bounty hunter makes bounty hunting viable. So I'm quite pleased that they fixed that issue. They've also added what they're calling capital ship events. Now, I didn't know what that was until I saw the Twitch stream, which is actually on my YouTube channel. It's actually the video before this one, and at the end of it, you'll see a capital ship event where Commander Karash, who is a Twitch streamer, he basically is attacking an Imperial ship and kills it, and obviously claims like a bounty for that ship, and then all of a sudden there's this black cloud, and out of it comes an Imperial capital ship. Now, if that line in the build notes is actually correct and capital ship events have been added, then that might actually be in the gamma now. You know, that might not be something that Frontier were kind of previewing at the stream. It might be in now. You just need to find the right place, do the right thing to trigger that event to actually happen. Anyway, what I'm going to do now is fly around a little bit. I'm going to show you a little bit of this system, and then I'm going to show you a little bit of the Lave system, or the Lave system, however you pronounce it, and then I'm going to show you a little bit of the Sol system, so that you can see that as well. And then obviously, you know, bear in mind that the whole galaxy is now available to you in the Gamma, and really this is a pretty huge game now. You know, you have all of your ratings, you have everything like that make up the game, and you know, I'm really hoping that they are done wiping stats now. You know, I really want to play this game at full tilt, and I don't feel like I can until they stop wiping it. But you know, I understand why they're doing it from a development point of view. It's a lot easier, it's a lot quicker, and you know, it's basically, if they want to test something, then they should wipe, you know, be able to wipe so that we all start where they want us to start. But I want to play the game now, and I feel like I have to hold myself back from that, otherwise I'm going to get burnt out, you know, from the grind of starting over and over and over before they're done wiping it, and I really don't want that to happen. Although, you know, with these starter profiles, I mean, this is a very easy place to start. I've done nothing, and I have almost 50,000 credits, and I'm in a Cobra Mark III. That's really not what this game is about for me, so I'm probably going to look at one of the other profiles a little bit more closely. As I've said in previous videos, the Sidewinder is actually my favorite ship, and I might start in one of those. But anyway, I'm going to take you on a quick tour of this system, Lave and Sol. Unfortunately, although I would like to take you to Ashnar, or Akanar as I keep saying, to show you the Imperial homeworld, I can't do that because I don't have that permit. So here we go. Going to undock now. I actually recorded this earlier. This Pilots Federation system and Jameson Memorial is 65 light years from Sol, as you can see at the left side, if I didn't say that earlier, but I think I did. Pretty standard station, really. I kind of expected a Founders system to, you know, have the kind of palm trees that you see in some of the other kind of high-tech areas. And you can see the Earth-like world in front there. Very high security in this system, from what I can see. And here's a little look at Jameson Memorial. And if you don't know what I'm doing right here, the Sidewinder is the ship that most people use to get really nice screenshots and take videos and things. Basically, if you look up the top of the cockpit out of the top window, you can get pretty much a clear line of sight, and then you can use Shift, Alt, and G to turn the hood off. So that you don't get orange boxes around anything that you're looking directly at out of the top. And then you can use Alt and F10 for a high-res screenshot, or you can use just F10 for a normal screenshot. I'll remind you of that again later when I'm looking at the Earth and the Moon in the Sol system. But I mean, basically that's all that's in this system of real interest. There's a few mining belts, there's an Earth-like planet, and there's a station. You can see the list of objects there. So now I am in the Lave system. This is obviously a system that many of us that have played previous Elite games know very, very well, especially the 30-year-old Elite. Some of us chose to start here in Elite 2 as well. Going to undock and head to Lave Station, which is obviously a bit of a trip down memory lane, kind of reading that and seeing that. This is Castellan Station, which is kind of an orbital platform. Going to undock and head to the Lave Station, which I think is a Coriolis station. Now, with this being kind of a more piratey area, you would expect to get interdicted here, and I actually do get interdicted, but before that, look how close you are to this planet here. You know, there's some really nice visuals. Unfortunately, the sun is very bright, and it's showing all of the kind of dirt where my glass has been wiped, so you don't really get a clean view. A little bit of a hang here, it's taking a while to load. I think at this point when I recorded this, there was a few system problems. Just going to adjust my field of view here. It takes a little bit of time to get out of the gravitational pull from that planet, and as soon as I do, you know, it starts to speed up. And like I said, you know, you expect to be interdicted in a system or an area like this. Okay, there's a ship that's behind me now. I obviously saw them, and if I didn't want to be interdicted, you know, I could quite easily kind of turn 90 degrees left, 90 degrees right, and sometimes that kind of shakes them off. But I just want to get to the Lave station, so I'm going to keep going and see what happens. Just decided to submit the interdiction, try and take this guy out quickly, and then I can carry on my journey. It's an eagle, and he has competent status. And this is one of the reasons why I really like the Sidewinder. It just does not take this long to bring someone back into your gun sights. Now, obviously, I guess an upgraded Cobra can probably turn faster, and I'm probably not as finely tuned to this ship as I am a Sidewinder. But, you know, this is just kind of painful. You know, I really do like the Sidewinder a lot, and I would much rather face a competent Eagle pilot in a Sidewinder than a Cobra Mark III. Does that make me slightly insane? Yes, probably. But it's how I'll probably play the game. Managed to finish him off there. I did lose 6% of my hull. And closing in, you can see the planet Lave on the right. Come out of Super Cruise there, and we find that this system, this station, has been upgraded since the last Elite game. It's not a Corellis station anymore. So just going to go into dock.
Landing gear deployed. Scan detected.
Quite surprised to have only been interdicted once in a system like this, because I was interdicted once in the Sol system too by a pirate, so it's kind of surprising. Quick look through the menus here. Bulletin board was a bit slow loading at this point too. Servers were overloaded, I think. And it's kind of the things you would expect for this kind of system. Very, very mixed bulletin board content. The shipyard only contains 2 ships, the Cobra and the Eagle. And this is actually a place that's very tempting for me to start my game. I basically start off in this particular scenario with 100 credits. And I do start in a Cobra, but 100 credits is actually a much more elite kind of starting amount. But anyway, let's look at the system here. You have the planet Lave there, or Lave, sorry, with its station. And there's another separate station there. And around it you can see, as I said before, all of the familiar systems that you've seen in previous Elite games. Now, I'm about to show you me visiting the Sol system. If you saw the separate video that I posted earlier, it's exactly the same. So if you watched that previous video where I go to the Sol system, you can turn off now, basically. If you're going to do that, I'm going to say thank you and bye-bye. So here I am in the Sol system, and you can see the Sol star there. You can see there's Mercury, which has a station. There's Venus, which has a orbital platform. Earth, which I'm currently inside Abraham Lincoln, which I will undock from in a moment. That has multiple stations. Obviously it has the Moon, which has its own station as well. Then you have Mars, which is obviously terraformed, suitable for water-based life, and that has a station. Then you have the asteroid belt, Jupiter, which obviously has its moons, Io, which has a station, Europa, Ganymede, Callisto, and this is Saturn, which has its moons as well. Can't pronounce that one. Tethys, Dione, Rhea, Titan, which has a station, and Iapetus, I think. Uranus, which has Ariel, Umbriel, Titiana, and Oberon. Neptune, which has Triton, and then you have Pluto and Charon. Now the Sol system is obviously at coordinates 0, 0. As you can see on the left, it's famous as the birthplace of both humanity and the political capital of the Federation. It's somewhere that every human is, or every rich human is supposed to visit once in their lifetime, so this is probably my time. I'm undocking in a standard Sidewinder from the Abraham Lincoln orbiter.
Ship released. Engines engaged. Landing gear retracted.
And over on the right you can now see Earth. What you're actually seeing there, kind of in the center of the sphere, is actually India. It's upside down as kind of the direction that we normally know it. I'm just going to stop outside this station and quickly take some video footage. Now if you don't know what I'm doing here, obviously I'm in a Sidewinder, and if you press Shift, Alt and G all at the same time, it basically hides the hood, so any ship that flies directly into the center of my view right now, it won't get the kind of orange box around it. It's just useful for screenshots and videos and things like this to be able to turn those off. Just getting a little bit closer so that I can frame this ship coming out of the docking port. And somewhere here is the shot that I actually wanted, so I'm going to stop rotating and just let the station rotate by itself. And almost done with this, and I'll be going to go and take a look at Earth in a moment. As you can see, there's a lot of big ships around in this area. So I suspect if you have a bad rating or a wanted status or anything like that, you'd be in big trouble in this system. But I have actually been interdicted by a pirate in this system, which is quite interesting.
Frameshift drive charging.
So now I've kind of rotated so that you can see the Earth kind of the right way up, the way that we commonly recognize it, and you can see India in just about the center of the sphere. You can see Africa on the left side. Middle East at the top of the screen. Europe is in darkness. I can't really see it there. India in the center of the screen again right now. Just going to head over here and see if I can see Australia. Probably hit Indonesia and everything first. They've done a pretty good job with the mapping of Earth, I think. It looks pretty good. And Australia is just coming into view now. clouds look great and everything, separated from the actual ground. You know, you can kind of see a little shadow underneath them, which is perfect. You can see Tasmania there. And somewhere over here should be New Zealand. Okay, I think that's it. And obviously a little bit further down here you should have Antarctica, which actually does seem to have a little bit of ice around, so that's actually a good sign for those of us that are worried about the climate, is that in the 3200s it actually still seems to be iced over. Just going to move a little bit further away. Apologies for any background noise, by the way. I do actually have another kid here today that isn't mine, so there's a little bit of noise in the background maybe. Okay, dropping out of Super Cruise. Turned off the on-screen display again. And looking up, just going to rotate the Earth so it's a more recognizable direction. And there you go. I think they've done a really good job with this. It is very recognizably Earth. You can see Japan at the top there. It's yeah, really quite pleased with how it looks. Just going to record some more video. This is just basically for me to use in the future if I want to put in a shot of Earth or anything like that in a video. Anyway, while I'm doing this, I'm going to talk about what's new in the Gamma. I think I'm just going to move around a little bit. Anyway, the playable area is no longer restricted to the beta bubbles, so basically you can now travel the whole galaxy. They've added a Python ship, Orca ship. They've added the Kickstarter locations. They've added Freegulls, not really sure what that is. Capital ship events have been added. And basically there's a number of bug fixes and little changes. One of the big ones is that cargo hatch will now eject cargo when it's malfunctioning. So if you're a pirate, you can now effectively attack a cargo hatch and you should be able to get the cargo. So if you interdict someone, tell them to drop their cargo, they decide not to, you can make them, which is quite nice. Just moved around a little bit here. You can see the Arctic at the top there. There's a pretty nice kind of polar cap there, which I think it would be, judging where the sun is, I think it would be the I think it would be closing in on the winter for the Arctic. So that's actually not a very big polar ice cap. Anyway, in the center of the screen there you could see Africa and Middle East. Going to head now and actually look at the moon. I'll do another video after the after this, kind of showing more of the Gamma, but I wanted to get out a video showing Earth and a little bit of the solar system kind of as soon as possible. It actually took a little bit of time to get here. There's no scenario where you actually start in the solar system, so I had to kind of navigate my way here, kind of something like 115 light years or something. So it was a pretty long way. Closing in on the moon now. I don't know why I've always found the moon to be more aesthetically pleasing, I guess I would say. It's I think it's kind of like a black and white photograph, you know. There's something in something that's effectively grayscale, as opposed to the full colour Earth.
Landing gear deployed.
So like I said, basically, if you have a Sidewinder, you can look up out of the top window with a pretty much unobstructed view. And if you don't want kind of the orange squares around objects that you're actually looking at out of the top window, you can use the Shift, Alt and G command to hide the HUD. And that's basically what I'm doing here. So I'm able to, while I'm looking up like this, I was able to take a high-res screenshot, which by default that is Alt and F10. A normal screenshot is just F10. This is basically how people get those really nice full screen screenshots that you'll see posted on Twitter and things. So there we go. I hope you enjoyed this very brief look at the solar system system map, the kind of texturing and everything of Earth and the Moon. I think they've done a pretty good job. They're very recognizably the Earth and the Moon. I'll upload a video about the Gamma probably after Frontier have streamed the event on Twitch this evening. Thanks. Bye.